Now at 6, we are not done with the rain yet. Evan is tracking it all.
It will help people specifically experiencing homelessness and other low-income individuals and families and seniors.
The new affordable housing projects that could be coming to San Diego. Plus, we have this, some of the fastest rising home prices in the country, how we compare to others.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Wet start to your Thursday here. Yes, we are seeing more scattered showers today. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Carrie Lane in for Netta Iranpour. Let's get to meteorologist Evan Irani, who's been tracking this forecast for us over the past 24 hours. And it has delivered just as you said it would.
It has. Overnight, this Wednesday night through now early Thursday has been pretty much the wettest period that we've had. We do anticipate that through the day today, we'll maybe pick up on another 2/10 of an inch in most spots, but 2/10 have already come down in most cases in that overnight stretch. So what are you going to wake up to? Well, if we pause this at where we are right now, you can see that most of our coastline is pretty dry as we speak. We're not seeing any major wet weather across the coastline right now. You see that arrow there pointing how along the coast there's no green that we see anywhere. But where is the green? Well, it's just off to the left-hand side of the screen. It's all across the Pacific. And that means that over the next several hours, we're going to watch as those showers make their way onshore. So they're going to keep strengthening and pushing onshore, bringing more rain throughout the day. Scattered showers are what we're expecting, another 1/10 or 2 of inches. So again, 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch. Temperatures are in the cooler range, upper 50s and low 60s this afternoon. Coming up, we'll talk about the drier weather that will ensue because we know everyone is planning out their weekend. We'll talk about what to expect for that Friday through Sunday stretch.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Evan. So to keep up with the latest weather conditions and alerts on the go, you can download the free CBS 8 app from Google Play or the App Store. And right now, Chula Vista police is investigating a stabbing. This happened last night in the 1500 block of Yananali Avenue. Police say the suspect then drove off and led officers on a pursuit until he was in a crash on Interstate 805 going northbound at the Interstate 8 interchange. The suspect is now in custody, and we are working to get more answers, and we will give you an update as soon as we know more.
This morning, the search is on for the hit-and-run driver responsible for killing a man in North Park. 42-year-old Stephen DeBow was walking at Polk Avenue and Utah Street last Tuesday when he was hit by a car. DeBow died from his injuries 6 days later. His friends are calling for the driver to come forward.
If you were clearly breaking the law, then I hope you're caught, and I hope you have to, you pay your price. It won't help Stephen, but you know what? You won't hurt anybody else.
A $1,000 reward is being offered for information leading to an arrest. Authorities say the driver was likely behind the wheel of a 2017 to 2020 Hyundai Ioniq with possible damage to the driver's side front headlight, as well as dents and a cracked windshield on the same side. Call Crime Stoppers if you have any information.
Home prices in San Diego keeps going up, but this morning we're learning more affordable housing could be coming to the city.
We have team coverage on this for you. CBS 8's Chris Groh in Claremont tracking those prices, but we begin with Regina Irita. She is in Pacific Beach now with more on these projects. Regina.
Yeah, guys, and here in PB, that affordable housing project would create 59 housing units. So this is a big deal for city officials like Councilmember Joe LaCava and for Councilmember Stephen Whitburn with District 3, who is also pushing for the Hillcrest affordable housing project. He says this is an extremely important project, especially because it can get people off the streets.
Many of the individuals experiencing homelessness need services to help perhaps with mental health issues, other health issues, perhaps addictions, and they require these wraparound services. This project in Hillcrest will have 10 units specifically set aside to provide those services.
And so the building planned for Hillcrest would be near University Avenue and Herbert Street. It plans to have 97 units. The housing projects are all part of the city's Bridge to Home initiative, which looks to create more affordable homes. It plans to build a total of 400 affordable housing units throughout San Diego. So again, that includes Hillcrest, City Heights, Palm City, Claremont, and here in Pacific Beach. The 5 projects aim to help low-income families, seniors, and people experiencing homelessness. As for District 1, Councilmember Joe LaCava. He says he wants to see the project get built here in Pacific Beach. What he's not excited about is how the building is set to be 5 to 6 stories tall. LaCava says developers can be exempt from height limits when projects include a certain percentage of affordable units. The housing project also includes a portion of the housing units to have wraparound services. So back out here, that affordable housing project in Pacific Beach will set aside 18 units for those wraparound services. And this affordable housing project could not come any sooner. Right now, San Diego's home prices are increasing as the second fastest in the country. It's why we have CBS 8 Chris Groh live in Claremont to discuss more on why San Diego is topping lists for rising home prices. Chris, what can you tell us about this?
Yeah, good morning, Regina. And just more bad news for those who are trying to buy a house for the first time, especially when you've factored in all the news about the expenses that San Diegans deal with on a day-to-day basis. And now the prospect of buying a home seemingly getting harder and harder. In fact, these are the numbers right now that were just recently released. This is actually the S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index. Now, according to them, prices went up in our market 6.5% from September. It's San Diego's highest rank in 2 years. The only city above San Diego is Detroit, but if you take a look at the cities that are below San Diego, they are normally the ones that make headlines, like New York, Chicago, Boston, and LA, even Miami. However, San Diego above them for that faster rate of price increases. Now, the president of the San Diego Association of Realtors told us he's not surprised. Combine inflation with the impact of supply and demand, and you get the current scenario in San Diego. According to CoreLogic, San Diego only had 2,100 home sales in September, marking the lowest level since 1988. So while it is a seller's market, many of them are having to wait for that buyer that can come along with the cash or with the financing to afford these expensive homes. We did speak with the president of the San Diego Association of Realtors about the issue. Here's what he had to tell us.
Construction costs, permit fees were already billed out. The people that don't want to build are more powerful than the people who want to build. It's kind of cool because it's a great place to live if you already have a house here. If you don't have a house here, it's almost impossible.
Now, according to other experts, they say that it's going to take some sort of economic downturn really big for these prices to go down. Just don't see it happening anytime soon, or a huge increase in the supply. Again, this is simply supply and demand. We are not seeing the amount of homes that are necessary being built or going out on the market to try to get those home prices down. But for more on the entire real estate scenario, as well as for those that are renting and the issues and the numbers that are sort of impacting that scenario, just go to CBS8.com, click on Paradise at a Price to learn more about how all of this is impacting you. Eric and Carrie.
Yeah, and this may also help you folks. This morning there is help available to pay your mortgage. Eligible households can get up to $80,000 in assistance through the California Mortgage Relief Program. The money can be used for past due mortgage payments and missed property taxes. The Logan Heights Community Development Corporation says they can offer free assistance to apply. For more information, click on the help button at CBS8.com. Inflation pressures eased last month. That's according to the Core Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. The new data was released within the last hour here. The core PCE index rose 0.2% for the month of October and 3.5% on a year-over-year basis. That's right in line with economists' expectations. The price index is the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation gauge.
All right, meteorologist Evan Irani is standing by. We have some light rain out there. I put my umbrella in the car, but I forgot my jacket this morning. In San Diego, we're not very conditioned to grabbing a jacket each time we leave.
This morning, I know. Honestly, I do the forecast for 8 hours a day, and sometimes I walk outside and I'm like, oh, right, it's raining.
Yes.
Didn't even realize that. Yeah, so it is another rainy day, cooler temperatures. Yeah, the jacket would come in handy.
Yeah,
you can wrap that blanket around you as you go outside, and that will keep you
make it like a
little
snuggie.
bit warmer. Yeah, you can try your best at least. It is a cloudy start to the day, as you saw out there, a showery start to the day. Temperatures are going to stay in the upper 50s. That's pretty much where they are right now, and they're going to stay in that range all the way through the day. Otherwise, maybe boost to the low 60s. So all week long, we were talking about the opportunity in the morning to throw the jacket on and then peel it off by the afternoon with warm temperatures. Today is going to be a day where you probably want to hold on to the jacket all day because it is just going to be a cooler day. Showers are going to persist throughout it, sporadic at times, meaning there's really no way to pin down exactly where and when we'll see these showers, but for the most part, they're going to remain on the lighter side we're only expecting an additional 1/10 to maybe 2/10 of an inch, similar to what we saw through that overnight stretch. Looks like our chance of rain is going to really pick up in that afternoon stretch. A lot of these models do show the possibility out there of maybe a few thunderstorms too. Temperatures will peak at about 63 degrees, but between now and noon or so, we're only at about that 10 to 20% chance of wet weather moving onshore. Winds are diverging a bit right now. Overall, we're expecting onshore flow to continue into the afternoon. That's what we're going to see is these winds that are pointing from the east toward the west will likely shift in direction. A little bit breezy out there for Julian, for Laguna. Boulevard's at 28 miles per hour. Here's the thing. Today is really the only day of much of that wet weather persisting. By tomorrow in the early morning stretch, we might have a couple remaining sprinkles, but overwhelmingly today is the day of wet weather before we start to move toward partly cloudy skies through the afternoon on Friday. Temperatures are going to start to jump into the mid 60s. Then we're in the upper 60s Saturday, low 70s Sunday, mid 70s by Monday. So it is this ridge of high pressure that is going to encourage a gradual temperature warm up through early next week to the point where into Tuesday, Wednesday, if we were to continue this on, we would see 80s in play, at least possible along some of our inland valleys. So AM clouds, PM sun in that stretch moving forward. Today is really just the day in particular of those scattered showers and cooler temperatures out there. Let's check in on traffic. It's 6:11 on the clock right now. So far, your roads are pretty quiet. We earlier were dealing with two separate situations. One was a middle lane blocked with a washing machine on the road. That has luckily now been cleared on the 8. One thing that is still in play is 2 lanes that are blocked with a crash on the 15. This is the 15 where it meets the 8. CHP is on scene. You can see some delays as you make your way northbound on the 15. A little bit of orange there lighting up the screen, and also some stop and go traffic on the 805 moving northbound. But besides that, it is a quiet start to the morning. Volume is still pretty light for now, but going to start to pick up throughout this hour. So we expect this to turn from green to maybe more orange and red as we see these crashes pop up. So drive safe, practice defensive driving out there. San Ysidro Port of Entry is a 90-minute wait. It'll take you an hour and a half to get across. Otay Mesa, just a little longer, about an hour 40 in total. Back to you.
Still ahead, another American hostage is released by Hamas.
Plus, Newsom versus DeSantis, why California and Florida's governors are going head-to-head today, and the dangerous habits that drivers are admitting to.